Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Dry Down. Let's do what we do. This is all about fragrances, all about scents, cigars, and wines. Love giving you this content. I love you guys receiving it. I love the friendships and the camaraderie, and I also love to know that we here as tastemakers are getting the job done when we talk about these fragrances and establishing ourselves as some of the best smelling people, not only in the room, but in the world. So once again, welcome to the Dry Down and welcome to a capsule selection. I want to talk about today somewhere between the heat of July and the shimmer of what it is to wear a linen shirt. This is, to me, talking about the rhythm of how men carry themselves in summer. And so not loud, but distinctive. And distinction is what we want. Not desperate at all. We're not. We're magnetic. That's what this list is about. So today we're talking about fragrances that hit that rhythm. The code of a classic masculine scent with masculine elegance. It goes off wonderful in the warm months. We're talking about scents that do the job and do the job perfectly right here at the Dry Down. As you know, this isn't just the average summer. This is 2025. This is a fragrance list for basically the ones who want to talk about aquatics, the modern lemon blast on steaks and fragrances, the citruses that come off well. No list that I make is about just one man and one man specifically. This is about all of us, empowering all of us to have something better, do something better, and smell better. You don't need to shout though. That's what I want to get in this conversation. You could be heard loud and clear. These 5 fragrances here are about capturing that masculinity, capturing that scent profile, and that restraint. This is a subtle nod to classic sex appeal, classic elegance, men who know exactly who they are and exactly what they want in the fragrance. This is for the grown and sexy. This is for the ones with that stride, the one who never lose their cool. This is for you. If this sounds like the type of content you think you'll enjoy, pull up a seat, pour a glass, and of course, let's enhance. Everyone, welcome to the Dry Down, the lifestyle channel where we as enthusiasts aspire to enhance and elevate our olfactive sensory experiences through the understanding of the different aromas, facets, and nuances of scent, cigars, and wines. I'm your host, Chris. Of course, welcome to today's wonderful experience. As we get into this list, I want to talk about what the experience is of summer, as I stated in the prologue. We here today are talking about a capsule of masterclass fragrances that are refined for summer charisma. Think everything from alfresco dinners on a patio, top shelf wines, top shelf liquors. We're talking about driving at dusk along the highways with the top down. We're talking about living a life well deserved. These 5 fragrances are ones that smell good and they feel like a tailored set of confidence on you. So let's begin with one of my favorite fragrances from the house of Jeroboam, a great house out of the UK. Let's talk about Jeroboam Miksado. 30 ml bottle of extrait parfum. This is Jeroboam Miksado. This is a sister brand to the brand Javoy out of UK, like I stated. They have several really large, they have a great emphasis on bringing niche perfumes from all over the world to their perfumeries. I think they have like 6 locations throughout the world, but Jeroboam is a UK-based perfumery turned fragrance designer / perfumier who started Javoy, which has great fragrances like Psychedelic, with a Je le Souhaite, something like that. I forget the name of that. It's down there in the collection. But I digress from that. Let's talk about Jeroboam, the sister brand that came out with these 30 ml extrait de parfum fragrances that have a collection of maybe 10 fragrances now. 3 or 4 great for summertime. Insolo, I love Insolo. Insolo is a super seductive, warm, cozy, boozy fragrance that can be worn in summer evenings. But there's a fragrance that really fits the bill for this particular style of video. Let's talk about the whisper of mystery that is the scent of Miksado. Miksado is one of those fragrances. It's exotic wood wrapped in sweet musk. That's one of the mainstays of a summer fragrance to me. It opens with the saffron and lavender, but nothing here is heavy. Everything here fits just right in great proportions while coming off cool in warm weather. I would say start this one with a slow evening, then let that evening simmer over to something very, very sensual and sexy, because that's what this one brings out. It conjures sensuality and sexuality. That's what this list is about. This is summer sexy. This is summer's that's so sexy. It's grounded by patchouli and guaiacol in this one, which is a sweet, smoky touch, but nothing that's too earthy, nothing that's too out of bounds for a summer scent. The magic in this signature scent, though, from Jeroboam is the musky base, and that's why I keep reiterating that, because we know musk can come off very, very well, especially white musk in the summer's time weather. a molecular structure that lingers on your skin like a second skin, that is a secret for you to come out and lean into someone's ear and talk about and ask about what their day was like, what their night's going to be like with you. That's what this scent is about. Sexy. Has a little bit of, if you ask me, it has a little bit of the sauvage style tinge to it, but very, very, very elevated. The musk in this one, the ambergris scent profile wrapped around those sweet woods, it's just phenomenal, especially for a man like myself. I love scents like this. This is one, 2 or 3 spray scent. Great evolution, great staying power, great projection. It's something that does not sit close to the skin, so you don't need much of it. Even the Extrait de Parfum concentration, it is one that lifts off the skin and sings a great song. This is the one that you want to wear in the rooftop conversations. Understand when you want to make the power moves. It doesn't follow trends. It has that little bit of an ambergris, ambroxan fix that Sauvage has, which is sweet, sexy, and molecular. It creates an ownership of the air around you. That's what this one does. This is Miksado from the House of Jeroboam. A very, very affordable fragrance as well. It's about, I think they're between 130 and below, like 130 to 110, depending on where you find them. Great, great fragrance. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about one of the fragrances in my collection that is still around. It's bottled anew. This was one that came out when we first started talking about Roja Dove after his initial launch of his fragrance collection. He came out with an extrait version of notes and structures: amber, neroli, the vetiver. I believe he had a bergamot scent. About 5 fragrances that really encapsulated what it was to pitch the note structure in an extrait level. This is the Extrait Vetiver that's been in my collection since that day it came out and launched. It's that classic refined touch of elegance for the masculine skin from Roja Parfums. It is very, very similar to the current Vetiver Parfum that he has on the market. Not totally. It has the same note structure and build on the sites, but it's slightly different. I've tried it twice against those newer concoctions. It comes off a little bit more floral and not in a feminine way. It's more of a lush way that brings about those florals for the masculine skin. And it's one of the best fragrances when you talk about an exemplary note of vetiver. It comes off like that gray vetiver accord, like the vetiver from a Guerlain. It really much so, and I think that's what he was trying to inhabit in this particular scent, was really reaching to what it was, to recall what it was when working at Guerlain for himself and make one of the best vetiver fragrances on the market. And I must say, he did a phenomenal job. I will also say this, in telling you that it does not smell exactly like, it does do the trick to reach a 95%, 90 percentile type of fragrance profile to get the newer vetivers offered by his brand. The vetiver, though, we get around to it, it's not earthy like your dad's cologne. It's nothing like that. It's very refined, very clean, and very dry. Here, one of the best notes in this one that you're going to find, if you're into oak moss fragrances, you're going to find this has this really sweet, clean oak moss, but not heavy-handedly. He really put the note in there and did his job like he always does when he puts his note structures together. He also uses those sweet green lemony style galbanum in this one, pink pepper. It catches that heat off the summertime and it just sings one of the best songs. This is one of those fragrances. Get the newer version or get you a Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. Anywhere in that essence, you need that type of scent profile to bring about the modern leadership style fragrance that you want when you want to talk about wearing a white dress shirt, sleeveless, slightly rolled up. That's the type of scent profile this is. This is one you wearing your Rolex, it's glittering in the sunlight, your Submariner, your you guys, the Presidents, everything, all the Panda, whatever you could think of when you talk about wearing a fragrance with your day-to-day life, living as a classic man. This is the scent for you. This is one that has presence. It enters a room and it speaks volumes while not shouting. And you know how I love a fragrance like that. Once again, the scent of Roja Parfums Vetiver Parfum, Vetiver Extrait, or even the actual Vetiver cologne that he has out will do the trick. That scent profile is phenomenal. Get your nose on the Vetiver from Roja Dove. Next up, let's talk about the origin story of a sexy profile that comes off with sweet sage, ambergris, and sandalwood. Originally, this one was composed in 1925 by the brand of, I think it was Crown and, what was it? The way that Clive Christian has brought this brand, the name of it was Crown Perfume Company. As you can see, he kept the emblematic crown as his topper, as even some of the symbolism, but Clive Christian purchased this brand from someone. It was originally the Crown Perfume Company, and Town and Country is one of those classic British fragrances that really brought sophistication. And this one has been retooled for today's tastemaker. It has a very sexy opening of juniper berry, petitgrain, a nice little twist of, you can smell in this one, I think is basil. I get that aromatic, sweet herbal touch of this one. It's crisp, it's herbaceous, it's welcoming, and it's one of those scents that once it settles on your skin with that sweet, warm, milky sandalwood and that ambery note that is so encompassing, it just is one of the best when you talk about a fresh, clean, sweet, aromatic for summertime wear. It's refined yet masculine, exactly what you want. It feels to me that this scent, when you wear it, that you're going to be in the arena of your life, the time of your life, not particularly a scenario, but the time of your life where you feel as though any way you walk into a room, you are presenting your best self. If it is in sneakers and a tracksuit, a suit and brogues, or a three-piece suit and your Oxford, this is one of those fragrances that it really reaches the elegant heritage richness of a scent profile that really garners someone like you a remarkable wearing experience for summers and summer nights, summer days and summer nights. I don't think you can go wrong with this particular scent, especially if you're 35 and up, because it sings a proper song for a proper gentleman. Sexy as all hell every time you wear this, with a caveat. Most times that you wear this, if you wear this properly and you wear this around the right individuals that do have the ability to have themselves bring their personality to give people compliments, this is one of those fragrances that you can call a compliment magnet. It is that appealing to others off of the skin, especially as it starts to get to that 15-minute mark where everything starts to meld into the richness of your personal skin DNA. One of those scents, man, it just sings a proper song. Like I said, this is Clive Christian Town Country, and it is a phenomenal wearing experience for the summer of 2025. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about this. This is a scent that I may or may not give a introduction to in the connoisseur's conversation arena. I may give this one because it actually does deserve its own total review. It deserves that. I want to talk about this. This is Lucius from the brand of Fragrance du Bois, and it's one of those summer scents that is this. It's sheer, it's summer, and it's seductive. It has this really well composed dark wood, creamy vanilla scent profile with a whisper of leather that turns heads without even trying. I must say that this is one of the best openings to a scent profile. And I got this and I was thinking that it was too similar after the blind buy, that it was too similar to Town & Country, but after wearing these two fragrances back to back on days to see if it was something that was picking up that conjured my memory. While I can say it's about 35% in its the actual development of the fragrance, it is particularly its own scent, and it is one that will turn heads, and it has. I actually did a short, and the short got deleted, and I had to re-upload it, but I got 6 compliments when I wore this the other day to a venue where I had to go to a book signing. 6 people, 6 individuals, from the coffee shop to the street to the venue to the sit down. 6 people complimented this fragrance within a time frame of 3 hours of putting it on. So in that time frame, I sprayed it, drove to where I was going, found my coffee, found my seat, found my execution. 3 hours had passed, and the last compliment in that day came within a 3-hour time span. So it has great settling on the skin, great projection, great power. It is one. It opens with this beautiful bergamot. You can smell it right off the rip. Pink pepper, spicy. It flows into the air with this heat, like it's elegance, almost this frankincense mellowness that comes off the skin. You almost get this woody patchouli. I cannot recall off the top of my head what the note structure is, but picking it up, you do smell a lot of the soft, lingering woods, the sweet warmth, the amber, the petitgrain that may be in this one. I think it's a little bit of a rose in this one as well. Lucius is that weekend escape type of fragrance that is both for boat shoes and bare ankles to just have a sexy ass day or night. It's art galleries, it's parties, it's after parties, it's confidence, it's the cigar bar, it's the cologne forums, it's the talking and conversation scent that you want in your collection. I say get your nose on this one if you are a Fragrance du Bois lover, because it has that DNA that they love to put in fragrances that always captures noses. I'm a fan of the Fragrance du Bois brand, and I'm a friend of kind. I think I'm going to give you guys a whole complete connoisseur's conversation on this one because I think it deserves it. I think telling you guys about not only the packaging, but the actual bravado of this particular scent as it dries down on the skin. I'm going to give you that. I'm just thinking about that right now. I'm going to give you that. So this one here is Lucius. Just a wonderful scent. Like I said, 3 days of wearing it. I wore it, then I wore it against Town and Country. I wore it again. I actually had to wear it again because the addiction was kicking in. A great scent. And each time I wore it, I will say this. I felt like it wore on my skin lightly on the first day, which was 6 sprays. And that's when I got the compliments 3 hours later. So I have not worn more than 6 sprays. It was 2 on each arm, 2 on each, 1 on each side of the neck. And that was the 6 spray combination, short sleeve shirt, of course. But get your nose on Lucius, man. It is the masculine release by Fragrance Du Bois. And I think they did a wonderful job with this one, man. I'll tell you more conversation coming forward. Last on this list, guys, I'm going to tell you about a fragrance in my collection that is about masculinity. When you want to wear something in an elegant form, something that is worn like Almas, which is the Almas meaning diamond. This is a rich, complex, utterly smooth and luxurious composition that opens with a fresh, fruity development of pineapple, quickly into florals, then it exudes this sexiness that goes to wood and a sensual patchouli take. At the end, you have this patchouli, amber, and pineapple dry down with a little bit of sister's lavender in there working its magic. There's a hint of oud in this one that you're gonna love, and it's the one that's not that clean oud. It's not the animatic, soft, smooth oud that you can find in some summer fragrances. This is a rich oud fragrance, but the way that they developed this with that pineapple, it's one dressed in elegance and never aggressive. The way I'm feeling about Almas, I heard one of my favorite commenters on my channel, Mr. Ernesto, shout out to Mr. Ernesto, speak very highly of Almas. And I'd heard many things about Almas and never sampled it. And if I had, it was many years ago when it first came out. And I said, you know what, this is my guy. He knows what he's talking about. Let me see what's up with Almas. Went on to purchase it, and I'm enthralled with what this particular scent does. You gentlemen know me as a lover of rose oud combinations, I am certain. This one here, it's rich enough to be a 4-season scent, complex enough to be a 4-season scent. I would say if you want to wear this like a custom blazer, sharp, unique, guaranteed to draw compliments, that's what this one does. It's almost as if Almas is the room taker. It's the one that really does the trick. It shows and exudes a lot of class. It creates a lot of memorable moments for a person, and that's one of these fragrances I love to put out because Almas is just that definitive of a scent for the summertime evenings. To me, if you want to talk about something very rich in its profile that has oud accords, but you also have the prominence of the rose combination in that, this is that particular scent. But I also want to reiterate, do not forget about the pineapple. I have personally fallen for what it is that some brands can do with pineapple. Some have taken it to a point where it's too succulent, too sweet, too much like a canned syrup pineapple. And then some know exactly how to make that fresh sliced pineapple smell come alive and burst. That's what this one is. It's a real non-juvenile sweetness, non-juvenile pineapple that sits on the skin well above the actual rose oud combination, and it settles this freshness over it, and you will not be disappointed by what it does for you if you're a rose oud lover type of fragrance guy. Get your nose on Almas from the house of Boadicea the Victorious. Don't blind buy it. Just go ahead and get you a sample, see what you feel for it first, and if you like that, then I would say copy it. But it has the distinctive, I'll tell you this, if you're afraid to wear rose ouds, you won't like it. If you're afraid to wear rose ouds in the summer, you will hate it in the summertime. But me personally, when I'm wearing something light in the summertime evenings, shorts, a slight like a corduroy polo shirt, or a something, even I can even play with this one actually in all white, white t-shirt, white shorts, something like that, you will go spectacularly, because this one is paired for the masculine skin to go above and beyond just the actual dullness of a fruit citrus fragrance in the evening time. You want something very spectacular to wear, I'd say wear this one. And it's not as regal and as opulent as some other rose oud combinations that you may have smelled so far. And so it walks that fine line of being available for you to wear as a upscale, very upscale grabber if you choose to. But at the end of the day, the scent is turning heads and it's taking names, if you know what I mean. This is Almas by the house of Boadicea the Victorious, and it is a great masculine leaning summer sexy fragrance for 2025. Get your nose on that one. Next up, guys, I hope you are ready. Next video I'm going to drop, I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to shoot one of my favorite style of videos, which is the actual scents introduction. I'm going to do a nice little profile on what it is. I've just unwrapped what this is. This is the scent of Summer Mink by the house Drake built. This is the scent that is one profile that's being talked about by a lot of people. This is Better World fragrance brand, Summer Mink. Have not smelled it yet, so I don't want to give an opinion on it just yet. I will go and shoot a video for my first impressions and let you know how I feel in the first impressions. Hopefully I'll let it get a proper wearing on my skin. Come back later in that video and tell you exactly how it went off, if it was a compliment madness or not. And see how good the scent of Summer Mink is. I'll let you guys know coming soon. Keep out, look out for that one. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my video for you guys today. I hope as always you found something educational and entertaining from this particular video. What I always love to do and I always train myself to do is give you spectacular videos to really preach and tell about storylines and stories of these perfumes, because that's exactly what it is you're trying to get. You're trying to create a story for yourself. That's what I always tell you, because to me that's what it is to have these fragrances. It's that scent memory that always captures others and always tell the story of you. Make sure you choose wisely. Make sure you choose scents that are great for you and no one else when it comes to a scent profile, because it's only you that's wearing that particular scent in that day and that moment. And I want you to remember that always scent is memory, collecting is legacy, and community is culture. And we here at the Dry Down are creating the very best culture here on YouTube. We're gradually steeply climbing the sub trail. We're doing everything that we can with this channel. You guys are participating in droves. I love that about you guys. I want to say thank you again as always. And if I always tell you one thing, stay sharp, stay fragrant, and use this summer as something of a mainstay for you to collect and have a great wardrobe in your collection. Until next time, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you then. Peace.